Hi, hello, and welcome to End of Life Soul Transition. And this is the story of the journey that my dad and I took to take his soul up to the astral plane. And this is the first lot of sessions that I'm going to talk about, or that I'm going to do. And so I've kind of split it up so that I'm not here talking to you forever and you're not here listening to me forever. So who am I? I am Jen Stars, and you're on my page, Spirit Guide Connection. And what I do is I help people to learn how to connect with their spirit guides. So I'm a spiritual teacher. One of the things that absolutely fills my passion, though, and is my sole purpose, is to help people at their end of life. So to help them from this world onto the next is, oh gosh, it's such an honour to be able to do that. And so this series is to kind of explain how it works and the journey that I went through with my dad to actually help me realise that I could do this. So how did it all start? So pre-diagnosis for dad was he kept falling over, he was choking quite a lot, and just generally not himself. And I didn't notice it too much because obviously I didn't live with them at the time. And so Mum used to just kind of say that he was getting, he kept falling over his feet. His feet weren't in the right place. He fell over an awful lot. And he spent quite a lot of time, or quite a lot of visits to hospital, because he kept falling over. So the one time that was actually really quite frightening was when he fell from the top of the stairs to the bottom, and he broke 5 ribs, and he was in a lot of pain, and that really frightened him. So they put in a stair lift, which was probably the best thing. And Mum uses it loads now. So that was kind of pre-diagnosis, that he was just having real trouble with his feet. He was having a lot of trouble swallowing, would choke on his own spit, kind of thing. So food became a real issue. And because he was diabetic, food is actually quite important to sort of stabilise you and everything, and to do your insulin and stuff like that. So that's kind of the pre bit. And then his diagnosis came in, I think it was the 11th of February 2020. And then so he was diagnosed with motor neuron disease. And then just before we went into the lockdown, we had his appointment with his nurse specialist. So I went to that, along with my mum and dad, because 3 heads are better than 2 are better than 1. And I kind of took all the notes. And what I felt from an empathic point of view, and what later turned out to be kind of my role, was I felt that Dad was really concerned about how he was going to communicate. And so part of my role as his daughter, if you like, was to take the time to understand how he was communicating and to find various ways that he could communicate, which worked for him. And I'm going to cover some more of that in a few more of the lives or the videos, just to kind of say, what do you do when somebody actually can't talk anymore, but their mind is still very much with it? So there's going to be there's going to be stories on that. And I, apologies if this is a little bit disjointed, but this is the first time that I've had to take my dad, and obviously the only time. It's the first time that I've had to take my dad on an end of life journey. So some of it, it comes and it goes. I remember stuff and I forget stuff, then I remember it later on. So that's why this is coming over a series of sessions. So eventually, although Mum was his main advocate, I was definitely somebody who he felt he could talk to, even though he couldn't talk, because we communicated in different ways. We could communicate on the astral plane, and I would just have an understanding from like an empathic point of view as to how he was feeling. Where did he hurt? What did he want to do? And that kind of thing. So yeah, that's the first kind of set in this series of videos, and to help you understand how this would work for you if you were having an end of life soul transition service. My support starts at point of diagnosis. So we would have initially, to start off with, I only saw my dad once a week. I would go in the morning because they live about an hour away. I would go in the morning and we'd go out for a walk or something like that. And then I would come back in the afternoon. So our mine's gone blank. Our how it works for us if I am coming to visit with you or with one of your loved ones is we'll visit once a week. I will come and see you once a week for an hour. And we'll just do something. We'll start to get to know each other, and I will start to get to know your needs and understand how, I say your needs, the person with whom I'm doing the end of life, and it's just easier for me to say your. So to understand your needs and how you communicate and what's important to you and how you wish for things to be. Not necessarily, you can't necessarily change it. This is going to happen to all of us. We are all going to have an end of life at some point. Harsh but true. It is going to happen to all of us. We're all going to end in this physical body at some point. So yeah, to say how does it work for you? So the service will start at point of diagnosis, and I visit with you once a week. We get to know each other. We get to do, we can do some fun stuff. If you like gardening, then yeah, I'm there. I'm your girl. I'm not frightened to get my hands mucky. If you want to go for walks, then we'll do that. If you want to do knitting, crochet, painting, that kind of stuff. Or if you just want to sit and watch a film. My dad and he had a big thing for Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia 2 in particular. And yeah, it's not a film that I can watch anymore. It's a very good film, but I think I'm done. I think I must have watched it more times than I've watched Dirty Dancing, and I've watched Dirty Dancing a lot. So yeah, I feel like I'm on a bit of a ramble now, but I just wanted you to know that end of life soul transition is an absolute honor for me to come and do for you. It's one of the most amazing experiences. I've done this a couple of times now. So a couple. Looking at. Yeah, I think we're on to our 5th one now. So it is something that I'm absolutely honoured to be able to take part in and to help you on your way. And just to provide that safe and understanding point of view that all the things that you see are perfectly normal. How you feel is perfectly normal. It's a very strange experience, when your spirit, when your soul is beginning to disengage from your body. Very strange. So I'm there to provide that comfort for you, that your loved ones perhaps can't because they love you. They don't want you to go. They don't want to be left. But again, truth of it is we are all going to go at some point. And I would absolutely love for somebody to come and take care of me in the same way that I've taken care of other people. So I'm going to end this one now. If you've got any questions, then pop them down below and let's chat about this. End of life is an amazing experience. Absolutely. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you all on the next video and have a good day. And namaste.